Wow. A round of applause until he gets here.
Thank you. I hope we don't mind that I'm taking some time to get set here. And you know the reason. Those of us who are above 60 find it difficult to use these electronic devices, but we are being forced to do it because that is the trend of today. Let me begin by welcoming everyone that is here for this very important discourse, the 5th edition of the Frontier Annual Public Lecture Series. Best Sitter Frontier Magazine, I want to commend you and for your steadfastness, because you have been putting forward this discourse year after year. This is the 5th edition, and it still remains an innovative venture, offering us a platform for an in-depth review of the state of our nation, with a view offering recommendations on how to navigate through the many challenges of this nation. So I want to recognize all the distinguished personalities here, my friend Sajo and Monidafe. You know, we haven't seen for some time, but I'm glad to see you here today. I want to also recognize those who are coming here to make their views known. The theme reflects a conscious effort. Thank you. A very conscious effort to address a critical aspect of our political life today. So I want to salute the ingenuity of the organizers and the candidness of those who are going to speak, because I know some of them. I know Denta, I know Aisha, I know so many of them who will give us their views today. Politics of convergence and coalitions, navigating power struggles in shaping democracy. We are at the eve of the year before elections. So there's no other better time than now for us to have a necessary political conversation of where we should go and the strategic movements that we're seeing, as we seek also at the same time to find solutions to the many nagging problems facing us as a nation. And so I think that the topic is very appropriate for this time. Today, there is a consensus among both politicians, civil servants, and the ordinary man on the street that we are in a very dangerous crossroads. I'm sure that is very clear to all. And where we are today, if we can encapsulate it, is that we are in a state that has lost its moral compass. And we cannot run away or shy away from saying that truth. We have lost our moral compass. And why do I say so? When bandits kidnap children and the state rewards them with amnesty, what do you think we have? We have lost whatever morality we have. When soldiers are killed in ambushes and in organized skirmishes by bandit terrorists, whatever name you call them, and the killers are rewarded with integration, what do you think that is? It is a state that has lost its morality, because every state is built on a foundation of morality, which is justice and equity. In other words, if you commit a crime, you pay the price for that crime. And so, where does that bring us to? It brings us to a point where a nation that rewards terror will one day find that terror will take over power in that state. Because you're not punishing terror, rather you're rewarding them. And when you pay a kidnapper, all that you have done is that you have sown the seed for the next kidnap, because he will continue to do what he's doing. And so, what are our recommendations for what you need to do as a nation? And I say this advisedly, because in 2015, in the inception of this APC government, I was the minority leader in the Senate, which meant that I was officially the person in opposition. And I continued to shout and cry. And I said then that rather than confront the evil before it, the government preferred to deal in propaganda. And I made a quotation that those who live by propaganda will also die by propaganda. And
All right, so my able listeners, I thank you so much for this time given to me to deliver this very broadcast to you. Yes, that's the Senate Minority Leader Chief Inaya Abaribe, as you all know. Um, Chief Inaya Abaribe is a man of his own. He says it the way it is, fearlessly. He is that number one Igbo leader that we stand up and say, yes, this is how it is, without any single fear or favor. In fact, Inaya Baribe has really defended the Biafran people, the Biafran land, and also the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he's still doing it till this very day. In fact, he never changed his mind. You've heard what he just said now. He has just given you the facts on how Nigerian government paid the terrorists and encourage them to continue in their kidnapping. My dear people, he said it that when a terrorist kidnaps and you reward him with uh with a payment and target a ransom, you are encouraging that terrorist to come for more. Have you seen that? When a soldier is killed, is killed and by a terrorist, and you reward that very terrorist with reintegration, you have lost the moral of that very nation. My dear people, this man has made a point. We really need to, um, give this very opinion a push. That is, if you really like what he has said, help hit like and subscribe to this channel, because you will encourage me to go more and make more research. Chief Abaribe, I'll tell you, has really made a clear view in this very interview, and also opinion he has just um, dropped in this very gathering. And if you agree with me, you will know that all he has just said is exactly what is happening in our country. Yes, and our leaders are even aware of it. My dear people, without what time wasting now, we plead to you to please help in Abaribe to spread this good news, because this issue of terrorism attack, killings, and banditry can only come to a stop if someone like you and I can, push out, speak, and challenge this action. Yes, I tell you, that is the only way it can stop. All right, thank you.